Good morning. I just woke up. It's 6:30 something. And it's cold and I don't really want to get out of bed. Also, just because it's cold doesn't mean climate change doesn't exist. The ice caps are melting, people. Anyways, look outside.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a special day because we are going to be writing a letter. Okay, so I'm not doing this out of free will. This is actually an assignment that I have to do for ELA. But we are going to be writing a letter to the 6th graders. Okay, just to make things clearer, so I'll read the directions. Okay, advice for 6th graders assignment. Write 2 paragraphs, 10 sentences minimum to a 6th grade student. Tell them some tips for surviving 7th grade, especially
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a
Tell them what you like about being a 7th grader, even during the pandemic. Write this like a letter, starting out with, Dear 6th grade student. End it with a closer, like, Sincerely, Jennifer. Sentence starters to help you. My advice for surviving 7th grade is B. When you start 7th grade, here's what you need to know. C. A good idea to prepare for 7th grade is D. The best thing about 7th grade is. Alright, so we have to write this. I'm gonna be honest. 7th grade, during this pandemic, and now that I have internet schooling, is that the right word? That's not the right word at all, but you get what I'm saying. It just doesn't feel exciting at all, so there's nothing to prepare for. You're just going to class, listening to the lecture, and then you leave, and then you do the assignments, and that's it. That's basically the same thing, except we don't have presentations, or we haven't had any presentations yet, which is I'm so grateful for. But if we did have presentations, it'd be easier, because I could literally have a script and nobody would be looking because it'd be on my computer. So I'm not sure how to write this. I'm not sure how to start this. Brainstorm time. Okay, so I'd say, okay, let's use the sentence starters. Okay, when you start 7th grade, here's what you need to know. Okay, when you start, I feel like I'm literally writing a letter. I'm this is an advice video from. Okay, when you start 7th grade, here's what you need to know. 7th grade is literally just 6th grade, but with new things that you're learning. So you're just gonna have new teachers, and it's gonna be the same thing as 6th grade, and 7th grade will probably be the same thing as 8th grade. But of course, 7th and 8th grade are probably harder than 6th grade because you're learning new things. It's like in 1st grade you start addition, in 2nd grade you start subtraction, and then 3rd grade you start multiplication, I think. Oh, by the way, for those who don't live in the United States, or I don't know if this is how it works, but where I live, I'm gonna sneeze, hold up. Okay. So, elementary school is K through 5th grade here, and middle school is 6th through 8th grade. And then the high school, of course, is 9th through 12th grade. Yeah. So now that we know this information, we know that I just finished my 6th grade year, so it's time to give some advice for how this year is going, I guess. I want to get a greeting. What's a good greeting? I don't want to say greetings. Salutations, 6th grader. Hold on, let me search them up. If you're doing writing assignments, search up synonyms for your work, because you don't want to be repetitive. I know that I am. Letter greetings. Could say hi, but I don't like that. Do I? Maybe. How to greet? I don't want to be too formal and say dear straight up because I don't like to use dear. Dear makes me feel like old. I don't know why. It just makes me feel old. It makes me feel both old and like really young. And I am really young, but I mean younger than I am. Like first grade, because we used to write letters a lot apparently for some reason. You know, I just want to say greetings because that's like I want to be an alien. Greetings. Oh wait, this is in bold. Greetings, 6th grade student. Cool. Greetings, 6th grade student. Tell them some tips for surviving 7th grade. Okay, I don't want to start. Okay, so they're like I use. Okay, so how do I start this off? Greetings, 6th grade student. What do I say? Like, I don't want to sound like I'm like being cocky and say like I don't want to sound, because I literally just got out of 6th grade, so there's no reason to be cocky because 6th grade was literally like a few months ago. For me, at least. Greetings, 6th grade student. Nope. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I've written 2 paragraphs, but they're really small and I want to make them bigger. I just don't know what to write. Okay, so here's what I have. Greetings, 6th grade student. I'm sure school has been a bit hard on you now that we have to learn online. It is probably much easier to get to your classes though, since you can enter with the click of a button. I hope you're excited for 7th grade. If not, that's okay. It's pretty boring anyways. Here's some advice to help you survive next year. Alright, so here's my second paragraph. You should not, under any circumstances, procrastinate or just not do work in general. Especially if it's an assignment under knowledge and thinking. You can check what type it is in Aries. Depending on your teacher, it will really affect your grades. Late assignments usually get points taken off. Current events are the worst, but it's not worth skipping them. Like, okay, if you guys don't know what current events are, they're basically like things that we have to do for social science class. Okay, you have to like find an article on something. Usually there's like, in my class there's a topic, but last year I didn't have topics. We just had to write about something from something like 800 BC. I have no idea. So I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna write more because it's just so shallow, I feel like, so. Okay, so I went over, okay, but I have to start, okay, so, geez. I'm gonna start the 3rd paragraph so I can go back and then, so this is like a draft. I need to breathe, I'm talking so fast. Okay, 3rd paragraph. So I've already gone over procrastinating and just skipping assignments. I feel like I should also, the next one should probably be to come to class early. I feel like, should I talk about that? Because I do have friends who come to class late and they get like, I remember in my English class, in my ELA class, my friend was 1 minute late and she was actually marked tardy for that. Oh, I should also, should I say that you should participate in PE? I don't know if like next year if we're going to still be we're probably still going to be doing online school next year just because, you know, I don't believe that the pandemic will have been controlled by next year, so. Alright, so I've written 2 more paragraphs. Alright, so I feel like this is it for the advice part because I don't really have much more to say. So I'd probably just go into the best part of 7th grade. So here's what I wrote for the 2 new paragraphs. During this pandemic, most of us are going to school virtually. We usually use the Zoom chat box to answer questions. Keep your text appropriate. The teacher can see whatever you type into the chat. It's pretty disrespectful to be talking about bathroom topics or video games during your teacher's lecture. I literally cannot read, like, I don't know why. I can't read right now. Come to class prepared. Have your assignments open before class. Usually teachers will go over the work. Have it ready in case your teacher calls on you to read the directions. Normally, your teacher will share their screen while they go over work. But you should open it up as well, just to be safe. I can't read. And I feel like turtlenecks make me feel like I'm suffocating. But like, not suffocating, more like choking. Did you hear that? I hope so. So next, I feel like I should talk about the best part of 7th grade. And to tell the truth, there is no best part because 7th grade is the worst. How dramatic of me. But I actually say that 7th grade is literally the same thing as 6th grade. It's just we're learning new things. I mean, survive, like, you don't even, this is like much easier than 5th grade last year. Just doing this online, especially. Because last year in 5th grade, I had to get to my classes. I had to like zoom out of my, I don't want to be, not to complain. I feel like we can all complain about what we have, I'm pretty sure. When I was in, last year, I actually had PE, and then, so my 3rd period was PE, and then my 4th period was science. So it was either, like, the days were either I would go to PE and then I would go to lunch, or I would go to brunch because sometimes I had PE in the morning too. Or it could be I go to PE and then I go straight to science class. And so I'd have to like change, and then I would like literally zoom out, and then I had to like, it's not like I ran. Sometimes I ran because we only had like 4 minutes to get to our classes, and the gym was really far away. Why am I complaining? If anybody like from school sees this and they're like, dude, the G-Wing isn't even that like far away. It is, okay? Like, I could have been late every day, but it wasn't because I ran. And mind you, I had a rolling backpack, so I had to like, you know, like, that's okay, because I liked PE. It, like, changing kind of stressed me out. I should definitely talk about PE class, even if we went back to school next year, because the locker rooms, we would not have that. For those who want to know what it's like to be in a locker room for a girl in middle school, it's not even that bad. You just change. Nobody's looking at you, I promise. Like, everybody's already being conscious about themselves. Plus, my locker was in the middle of these 2 8th grade girls, and I was scared because I was a 6th grader, okay? And they seemed so cool, like, whoa, I'm a 6th grader, I'm like so lame being here. But it was okay. And then I had friends in my class, so once I was done changing, I would just go over there and be like, hey, and then I would bother them. Yeah, the locker room wasn't even that bad. It's just, you change and you get out. And then you go to the gym, and then you go to roll call. And yeah, that was basically it. And I'd say that PE, I want to say that PE is my favorite class, but ELA was actually my favorite class last year with my teacher. She was really nice. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of disappointed that I wrote more about the locker rooms than the things that were actually important. Okay, so I said, even though PE is online and in-person students aren't using the locker room, I'd still like to talk about that scary place. Once you get to the locker room, just go in and change. Okay, once you get into the locker room, just go in and change. The locker room isn't as terrifying as it is portrayed in movies and Netflix shows. Personally, I didn't use my locker. I just kept my gym clothes in my bag. Unlocking the locks was pretty stressful since it wouldn't unlock sometimes. There's no need to worry about the other people in the room. Everyone is usually worrying about themselves. I know that everyone says that, but it's true. The teachers also apparently don't allow changing in the bathroom stalls. I want to add something after that because the ending kind of sounded cut off. I feel like, why am I pink? Am I okay? I feel like it's the thing, because I'm literally suffocating. So then I'm gonna get to the best part of 6th grade. To end this letter, I suppose, I'll entail. I want to use entail, but I'm not sure. Nope. Tell. Synonym. I need like tell. What's a synonym for tell? I'll narrate, blech. I'll broadcast, proclaim, set forth, unfold, retail, chronicle, rehearse, portray, weave, I'm gonna weave. I'll depict, nah. To end this letter, here's the best thing about 7th grade. It's literally the same thing as 6th grade. Literally the same thing as 6th grade. Except we're learning more complex things. Oh, wait, this is an ELA assignment. I was about to say, also in ELA, we write like an essay every other week, which is like but okay. But then if
The Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that, sorry. And if my if my teacher read this, then she'd be like, don't complain, girl. Okay. I don't do in-person learning, but I have heard from friends about it. Then this letter, here's the best thing about 7th grade. It's literally the same thing as 6th grade, except we're learning more complex things. If you're an in-person student, it's basically the same thing. Of course, I don't do in-person learning, but I have heard from friends about it. You just go to your classes, then go home. Simple as that. But I have heard from friends about it. You just go to your classes and go home.
Number 15, bloopers. The last thing you want to see at the end of a video.
I feel like it's just from the neck thing, because it's like, I hate when my neck feels like there's... Whoa, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Alright, to end this letter, Okay. Yeah. Why? Do you hate? She said, do you love me? I'm the only Polly. I only love my baby and my mom. I'm sorry. Why am I so pink?